Hello there, welcome back to another video. Welcome to another house series, and today I thought in this house series I'll introduce you to a house from the Middle East. So the house is called Generic Perfumes. This is a Kuwait based house and they have a lot of fragrances. They have fragrance oils, they have wax related perfumes and a lot of other things, and I thought let me talk to you about their collection of fragrances and how their fragrance oils are and quality and all of that on this particular video. You're watching the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Let's get started right after this intro. Alright, so welcome back. Generic Perfumes, a Kuwait-based house. Okay, so they sent me a box of their stuff, which I have all of that here. So let me keep this aside and talk to you about the fragrances and the other things that I have. So one of the first fragrances that I kind of tested from them is from the house, or a clone of the popular Absolute Aventurs from the house of Creed, which is a pretty new release that they have. So this comes in their 30 ml bottles like this, and they have their branding, and they also mention something very unique which I found compared to other houses is while they mention the name of the fragrance, they also talk to you about a grade. So if you look at this bottle very closely, there's a small sticker that talks about A++. So similarly, on most of their fragrances, you will see the A+ or A++ to tell you what is the quality of oils that they're using in their fragrances, and which is a good thing to tell you, what kind of lasting or the scent profile, or it talks about basically the quality of the fragrance that you might be able to buy, right? So I tried this and this was an absolute beast. Now I've had this entire collection of fragrances for more than 2 months now. They come in these kind of boxes, so the box presentation is also very, very good. It's a paper kind of a box, but it made from a very good quality, and it's a hollow box. Basically at the top you have Generic Perfumes talking about just their volume information here, and you also get inside, you also get atomizers in case you want a roll-on spray, or you get all of that as well. So let me keep that aside. So let me keep the boxes aside. So this is their 30 ml version, and I was telling you that this is about their Absolute Aventurs, which is a very, very nice fragrance. Especially if you like Aventurs as a DNA, this is a spin-off on that. The Aventurs was already a very good summer all year kind of a fragrance. Now Aventur Absolute is one more step further, where there is blackcurrant along with the citrusy notes. There is also some spicy elements, there is some vetiver, all of that making it even more nicer. While the Aventur's DNA is there is also a more fresher kind of a DNA, more green kind of inspired DNA which is there on this particular fragrance. Now Aventur Absolute also adds a little bit of cinnamon, cardamom type of sweetness that's there on the fragrance, along with the vetiver and all of that, making it a little more lively, more fresher, and an absolute love for summer kind of a fragrance. If you like Aventur's DNA, then this is an excellent one to consider. Now the performance of this particular oil was very, very impressive. It projects to more than 3 feet plus and lasts for about 8 to 9 hours easily on skin and apparel. So apparel, if you do a full wearing, you can even expect more than 10-12 hours of performance, but this was superb in its scent profile, and I absolutely enjoyed wearing Aventur Absolute from this house. You don't get that synthetic alcohol blast or anything as such, that is not there. You get straight off nice, very good quality fragrance from this particular house. And like I said, the grade mentioned here, which talks about the quality of the oil materials that is used, or the fragrance oils that are used, that is a good thing to know, and that really projects well, or can be felt in this kind of a perfume. So this is Aventur Absolute. Now this is one of the spray versions that they have. Another spray version that I kind of liked is coming in a tester or travel atomizer like this. Now this was Jeremy's Office for Men, which is a nice one, but I like the atomizer itself, or the travel atomizer that they've used. Very, very nice. Again, this is a A++ quality of fragrance oil, and they have their branding and a very good quality atomizer that you can kind of use. Now this was a very nice scent. It's a very good refreshingly sweet type of a citrusy fragrance with a lot of minty elements. It's a very nice scent, although I would say in performance this lasts much lesser than the Absolute Aventurs. This I would say lasts about 5 hours roughly and projects for about 2 feet, but this is a very good addition to consider if you are looking for a travel atomizer that you want from them. Okay, so this is another travel atomizer to consider. Okay, now the other element that I've tried a couple of them is the fragrance oils. Now the fragrance oils are very, very nice. One is they come in this nice blue colored bottle with the the name of the fragrance, which is, in this case, this is happiness, Oud for happiness, which is from the house of Initio Perfumes. Now you get this and you have this plastic vial cap that is very nicely done, and it feels very nice. It puts a lot of good amount of oil in your hand as well, and you can actually use this way. It's a very nice way of giving you fragrance oil. And Oud for happiness is a fab fragrance if you like oud, if you like this mellow sweet type of fragrance note, that you will absolutely enjoy. This is really, really good if you like a sweet type of oud fragrance. Okay, I actually did not expect Oud for happiness to be this way. I had a more different picture of it, but this fragrance is just too good, especially for the evenings. If you want to wear or apply it on your apparel, you want a very blissful, divine, good feeling that you would want, you should definitely explore Oud for happiness in a nice fragrance oil version that you can consider very, very nice. And another thing is, while the bottles look similar, okay, so how do you know which is a spray version and which is a oil version? So what they've done is, also on the sticker that you see here, there is also a word spray mentioned here. So that's another way to distinguish, to figure out which is a spray version and which is a fragrance oil. But if you like Oud for happiness as an alternate, you should definitely consider this. It's a very, very good fragrance which makes you very happy, light, sweet, and the oud is not very dominant. It's very, very beautifully mellow, and I enjoyed this one very much. It's really, really good. Another fragrance oil or a perfume oil that they sent was this, and this is a nice one. This is another version of their fragrance oils. While this is one way where you have the plastic cap that I was talking to you about, on this one it's a roll-on. Okay, now this was Oud Maraya from the house of Maison Pravelli, I think, and this is superb again. Now this is it opens up this way, and they have a metal a roll-on that you have got. So it's very nice. It's got a much larger volume in that way. So what happens is, when you have the plastic ones that you get in the 10 or 12 ml vials that we generally use, in that what happens, the volume is lower is what I felt, but in this the volume is much more higher that you get because of the bigger roll-on that you have, and the atomic or the metal roll-on makes it even more easier for you to use the fragrance as well. So that is something that I kind of enjoyed. But this fragrance is superb. This is your typical oud, which is very, very strong, and you have a nice oud, a fruity, woody accord kind of a nature at the background. It's simply beautifully done. It's very, and how do you say, toxic. It's very mild. It's very well blended, and you'll actually enjoy this if you like oud fragrances as such, with a nice woody element to it. Now this Oud Maraya has got basically passion fruit. It's got a lot of floral elements. It's got some leather. It's got some vanilla, saffron, a lot of those typical Middle Eastern things. But because of the passion fruit and the fruity notes along with oud, which is a very different combination in a way to think that it kind of resembles like herba pura but made with more oud, and that makes this particular fragrance very, very beautiful. You should definitely explore this particular fragrance, and I'm quite stunned by generic perfumes quality of fragrances, definitely. But the biggest highlight for me was a small piece of fragrance that they sent across, which was this wax jelly. Okay, now this is really nice, and I will talk to you about it. Just look at the bottle and all of it, and when you open it up, it kind of it's got a small plastic flap for you to open up, and then you are basically presented with a jelly that kind of looks like this. Now this is the oil which is there inside. This is Naxos. Okay, now this is just too good in my opinion, because this feels so rich and so creamy. Now this is ideal, especially if you are planning to use this as a night perfume, right? In the sense to say, if you like fragrances that you want to apply before your bedtime, okay, so when you want something smoothing but at the same time you want to smell really, really nice, while it's not overly projecting to more than 1 feet or 1.5 feet, but then you have a very nice bubble of aroma around you, and it's very mild, very pleasing, and you will absolutely enjoy without annoying anybody. this is something that you should explore. The wax perfumes are just too good, and I think I was not really expecting these to be so good in the way to say that this is probably the first time that I'm actually exploring this as well. But the wax perfumes are of super top quality, I would say, and they really work well. While the performance, I would say, is not, like I said, it's not highly projecting or not very long lasting. Till the time it lasts, which is the first 1 or 2 hours time, you kind of really enjoy this fragrance. And the Naxos DNA itself is a very lovely one because it's got a lot of honey, it's got sweetness, these elements, and making it very powdery, very gentle, and very nice. So for me, this was a super highlight of this entire range of fragrances that they sent. This I absolutely loved. And if you like the Naxos DNA, which is your vanilla, honey, powdery, sweet, very mild, complementing type of a fragrance, you should definitely explore their wax perfumes, which are superb. Right now, they also sent me this box of samples, which is basically fragrance oil samples. There were about 5, and I kind of enjoyed them a lot as well because the quality is pretty good, and they give you a decent amount of sample to try. I think this is about 2 ml, so to say. And among the 5, 2 that really stood out for me was Remarkable People, which is really, really nice. It's a very nice fragrance which has got a good amount of citrusy sweetness, along with a lot of other things. It's very good quality as well, and this I really enjoyed. These are quite a little bit of tough thing to pull up because they are plasticky and they kind of sit very snugly. So this is really, really nice. It's a very tart thing. The other thing that I really enjoyed in this was Gracefully Madrid. This is, I think, from the house of Zara, so that's also a very nice one. So this is, again, you'll have to apply a little bit of a pressure to pull it out, but these are really, really nice as such to kind of enjoy these samples as well. Yeah, overall, I would say it's an excellent experience trying out fragrances from the house of Generic Perfumes. This is, like I said, a Kuwait-based house, and I have a special offer for you that you can use a coupon code called as Rodney, and you will get 25% off on any order that you have where the order value has to be a minimum of $50. And the good thing is that they ship across the world, so you have worldwide shipping, so you can explore their website genericperfumes.com and try out a lot of their fragrances. And I am super glad to explore this house because it's nice to know that your audience is from the Middle East as well, and they want you to review these fragrances. They send out from such a far distance, and taking all the hardships to send you the review unit, and I really enjoyed doing this. So do explore their house, and they have some quality stuff, and you can get it across the world. So try out Generic Perfumes. So if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. You're watching The Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Until another time, take care. Bye now.